Hello, 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 love and light to all. So I actually wasn't going to do a video. I didn't have anything planned today. I've been getting over a cold, but I woke up today and I literally could only think about Geminis, like all day, all morning. Like it's crazy because I don't really think of Geminis too much. Not that there's anything wrong with them. I feel like besides Scorpio, they are one of the most misunderstood of the zodiac. But it was really weird because I woke up earlier than usual and I just was like, I have to do something for Geminis. Geminis are going to have a hard time today. So this is that video for that. When I say Geminis are one of the most misunderstood, they get a reputation for being bipolar or flighty or inconsistent, and I feel like that's just not true to a point. Geminis are very different. They're very interesting, so they can be very childlike. And when I say childlike, I don't mean immature. I mean more along the lines of seeing the world through a child's eyes. They can be very innocent in what they do. So a lot of times if they do appear flighty or they do appear to be inconsistent, it's not so much that they're doing it on purpose. Their main mission in life, for most Geminis, and again, this can be if you have Gemini in your sun, your moon, or your ascendant rising. It can also be like if you have a very heavily saturated Gemini chart, or even a midhaven in Gemini. My midhaven's in Gemini, ironically, but this is really going to pertain to you. Geminis are not immature. They are well aware of their surroundings. They're well aware of what's going on. And I have a little bee here, so that's cool. But they're well aware of their surroundings. They are on a never-ending quest for information. So it may seem like they are all over the place, but they're really not. It just may be that they've gathered as much information as they deem necessary, and then they're on to the next thing. And that's something that you have to absolutely love about them. It doesn't mean that they are disloyal. It just means that they may appear to be extremely passionate about something for a little while. And then once they've learned everything they have to learn, or they've explored every aspect of that particular thing or person, it's like, okay, well, this isn't, quite what I wanted. So I'm going to go find something else. And they're innately creative. You can put a Gemini in any room, doesn't matter where. You can drop them in a foreign country and they will survive. Okay. They are survivors to a fault. Very social creatures outwardly. The one thing that I worry about with most Geminis that I don't think that most people understand about them is that while they are extroverts, they're actually introverts to their core. They're more at home in a room full of people, but normally those people don't actually know them. It's very rare that you will find a Gemini that has true friends. And when I mean true friends, I mean not just the ones that everyone loves them. They're very popular. So you'll see them surrounded by people. Most of the time they are the life of the party, but they're not happy. Usually in those settings. That's where they're comfortable, but they're not always happy, because you wouldn't be happy either if people didn't understand you and they thought everything you did was bipolar and off the wall and just, so people love Geminis, and I'm guilty of this. I'm a Capricorn sun, as most of you guys know, but I love Geminis, but I love them from a distance because, and it's not because I feel like there's something wrong with them. It's just because I know my limitations when it comes to loving and appreciating Geminis. And I feel like if you cannot love them or accept them for who they are, then do it from afar. And that's fine. They'll respect that. They'll absolutely appreciate that, because they don't like fakeness. And although a lot of people think that Geminis are fake, they're not. They're not fake. They're not two-faced. The thing with them is that most people are really good at hiding sides of themselves, or not portraying them. Geminis, they don't have that ability. They really don't even see a need for it, because they just wear everything on their shoulders. So while it may seem like, oh, well, they got mad really quickly. No, they just they showed it, and most people don't do that for a while. They let things build and all of that, and that's not how Geminis operate at all. So that's my 2 cents on Geminis about how they get a bad rap. But without further ado, I'm going to get into my actual reading for you guys. So today, like I said, I woke up and you guys were really on my mind, and I feel like today may be a little bit trying and challenging for you, or maybe within the next week it'll be a little trying and challenging for you. So I really want you guys to work as talking for me, but I really want you guys to focus on prioritization. Prioritization is going to be very key for those with Gemini natures. Today, this week, everything. I want things to sort of progress gradually, because that's kind of how things work. So you guys sort of like transcendence immediately. But this week, Gemini, you're not going to get that. Things are going to seem like they are going at a snail's pace, so to speak. And that's okay, because a lot of times for you guys, I want you to focus on slowing down. I do see a lot of growth and fertility in you guys' future. And it's almost like you guys are playing a balancing act. And I just shuffled these, so I really just want to go over them. There's that creativeness for you guys. So you guys are extremely creative. And this week you're going to see that. But it's not going to be like that instant gratification that you guys are so used to. And I don't want you to get frustrated with that. It may seem like you are juggling a lot and you're trying to do this balancing act. But things are going to even out, Gemini, okay? Just know that things take time, and it is not an overnight process. So I really want you guys to focus on that. Focus on volunteering your efforts towards helping other people this week, because you're going to get a lot of gratification from that. Maybe volunteer at a soup kitchen, or volunteer to help a friend move a couch. Anything that helps you stay sober and focused on the goal at hand, okay? I want you guys to avoid a lot of the negative habits that you may have, a lot of the self-doubting habits that you may have this week, because I feel like you're going to get hit pretty hard this week, you guys. So I really want you to be careful with that, okay? Right. So like I said, a lot of growth, a lot of things coming to pass for you, but it is not going to be instantaneous. That normal instantaneous gratification that you're used to, Gemini, do not get frustrated, because this week you're not going to get that. You may find yourself being misunderstood by people, saying one thing and people hearing something completely different, and that's very frustrating for you guys, because you're used to people at least understanding. You guys are the great communicators of the zodiac. I really feel like Geminis are the most emotionally advanced of the zodiac, primarily because they go through so many emotions themselves, aside from Scorpio, but we'll do a whole segment on them. You guys go through so many emotions yourself, so you're really good at understanding. You have a lot of empathy. I want you to exercise that this week, because understand that not everyone may see things the way that you see them, and that's okay, and that things aren't going to progress as quickly as you're used to them happening, and that's okay too. But don't get frustrated. And I really feel that. Like, my biggest thing for you guys this week is to not get frustrated. I woke up with you guys on my mind, which is crazy. Not because there's anything wrong with y'all, but I honestly do not wake up thinking of signs in general. I may think of a person or something, but I woke up today and was just like, Geminis need help. Today's rough, or this week's going to be rough for them. So I hope that this helps, Gemini. Try to focus on the successes that you have. See that glass as half full, which you normally do, because it normally is. This week, it may not be so much, but I still want you to have that same level of optimism, because it will be. This too shall pass for you guys, and you'll go back to being your innately creative and productive Gemini selves. But this week may be a little bit hard. So focus on prioritization, and also not being so hard on yourself. You're your own worst critic, Gemini. Until next time, you guys, peace, love, and namaste.